It's round of 16 time in the Champions League, Europa League and the Conference League. A lot of football on these next 2 weeks, varying levels of media interest across the games. Here are three ties that I think could go under the radar and prove better than people first thought, one for each competition. Champions League up first. Kind of hard to actually call a tie here, underrated with so much attention on all of it. If there's a standout though for me, it's Glimt against Sporting CP. When you have a competition that's so dominated by the presence of teams from Europe's most elite leagues, it's lovely to get a tie like this. A realistic opportunity for either to get a shot at a quarter-final place. Glimt, probably Europe's best club story right now, getting increasing traction year on year. It's a team from up in the Arctic Circle, a largely homegrown group of players who, thanks to this incredible environment and system implemented by Kjetil Knutsen, regularly compete well above their means in European football. Glimt's UCL run this calendar year has just been magic. They're currently on a 4-game winning streak in Champions League matches, needing to beat both Manchester City and Atletico de Madrid to sneak into the knockout stages, then beat Inter both home and away to reach this last 16 stage. A reminder too that they've done all this while still technically in pre-season mode. Their domestic league campaign still doesn't start until the weekend after this first leg. Glimt are up against Sporting. They're now still the reigning Portuguese champions from the last 2 years, currently a bit behind Porto in this year's title race. Sporting are at this stage after a really impressive 7th place finish in the league phase. They made excellent use of an advantageous fixture schedule to qualify with some more elite league names, secured with a very late win at Athletic Club on matchday 8. We might now be post that really eye-catching era where we had Ruben Amorim in the dugout or Victor Gyökeres up top, but this Sporting team under Ruud Borges is still really fun. Francisco Trincao in attacking midfield, Morten Hjulmand a bit further back, Gonzalo Inacio and Usman Diamondi in central defence, the Colombian striker Luis Suarez up top. I always want to give a shout out to Pedro Gonçalves and Maxi Araujo when it comes to Sporting, though I believe these pair are both suspended for the beginning of this tie due to accumulated yellows. In the Europa League, I'm going for Genk against SC Freiburg, Belgium against Germany. This is a very open Europa League this season. I've maintained that belief from the word go. And what you've got here are two underrated sides, the winner likely to end up a banana skin for opponents in the latter stages. Genk have operated quite under the radar during this campaign. 16 points from 8 games in the league phase. They finished 9th overall, missed out on the top 8 by just goal difference to AS Roma. In theme with what you can expect of Belgian Pro League clubs, this is a team loaded with younger players who we could possibly find featuring in the more elite leagues within the next few years. Brian Haynen is an immediate standout in midfield, and his fellow countryman Dan Heymans is really good too. I'm a big fan of their Moroccan right back Zakaria El Ouadi, as well as the older Japanese attacking midfielder Junya Ito. Similar positions to him get taken up by 18-year-old Konstantinos Karetsas. He could be a Greek wonder kid in waiting, very talented off the right-hand side in particular. Genk's opponents Freiburg only finished 1 point and 2 places above them in the league phase table, beaten just once. That was their final match with Lille. Freiburg have been one of the lesser spoken about European faces from the Bundesliga. They've reached the round of 16 in their 2 previous Europa League campaigns, 2023 and 2024, lost out to Juventus and West Ham United respectively. This, on paper, would be seen as their best shot yet for a record-breaking run to the quarter-finals. That could be worth achieving too, as Freiburg are currently off the pace a bit in the Bundesliga's European race this season. Might well just have this and the DFB Pokal left to really focus on. Standout recent name at Freiburg is a Swiss international, Johan Manzambi, just 20 years old, stars in midfield or out wide for the Baden-Württemberg outfit. Goalkeeper Noah Atubolu and centre-back Matthias Ginter are handy defensive assets. They're usually relying on Japanese attacker Yuita Suzuki, Croatian striker Igor Matanovic, and the underrated Italian forward Vincenzo Grifo to the threat further up. Griffo's 32 now. He's had some great seasons previously in the red and white. It's a very respectable Freiburg team, but it's far from an immortal one, and Genk should definitely believe in their chances of upsetting them. They will hope this is less of a slog, though, than the last round when he thinks Dinamo Zagreb. Finally, the Conference League, I'm going for NK Celje against AEK Athens. I have become quite a Celje admirer in the last year. This is a club from the 3rd largest city in Slovenia in the midst of a modern-day golden period. They've been national champions twice this decade, currently on track for a 3rd title in 2026. Where they've really made their mark, though, is in its exact competition. They ended up in the inaugural league phase in 24-25, recorded a modest 21st place finish, then proceeded to knock out Apoel and Lugano on their way to the quarter-finals, where they gave Fiorentina one serious test over both legs, 4-3 on aggregate that ended up finishing. They're back to 25-26, and after a strong start and a better 13th place finish overall, all, they saw a Kosovo club Drita in the knockout phase playoffs to return to the round of 16. They've had to adapt a bit as a club in 2026, a couple of notable frontline sales, as well as their coach Albert Riera moving to Eintracht Frankfurt in late January. They're able to welcome back Svit Sesla on a permanent basis though. He's a 24-year-old attacking midfielder, got some real quality in that left foot. Recently also able to welcome back Armandas Kučis following injury. He's a big Lithuanian striker, only 23 years old. This could be a career worth keeping an eye on. He's refound some form since returning. Celje will play AEK Athens in the round of 16, battling very closely with both Olympiakos and PAOK in the Greek title race. AEK finished third overall in the league phase table, 3 points off top, only lost the opening match and scored more goals than anyone else during that league phase. Mario Nikolic makes good use of a number of versatile midfield options, as well as a very fun front pair. The Serbian Luka Jovic, usually partnered by a very underrated goal scorer in the Hungary international Barnabas Varga. He was a signing from Ferencváros during their recent winter window. The main reason though that I'm so intrigued in this tie is we've already had a teaser of it. Celje hosted AEK back on matchday 1 of the league phase and recorded a 3-1 comeback victory over them. It is not out of the question that they could do it again.